Syreeta clearly knows that she has a problem with her overeating, and it has reached a dangerous point. The question is whether or not she's willing to do all she needs to change that, or she's looking for a quick fix and a magical solution to fix it for her.
I don't sleep well at night at all. I'm a night owl. I'm up constantly all night. I'm scared to sleep, if I could be honest about it. I'm scared that I'm not gonna wake up because of my weight. I done had some health scares, and I got doctors tell me I'm too big. So, yeah. Can you go down there and help me? My weight, it scares me now. I stand up in front of the bed. And then on top of that, I wake up in a lot of pain. When I tell you I be in pain, I be in pain a lot. Wait a minute. I live with the love of my life, my husband, Lawrence, and my stepson. I'm thankful for my current living situation because not everybody got a roof over their head, but at the same time, it's challenging. But even though my life is miserable, I get an excitement when I know it's time to eat again. What we eating? Huh? Hello. What's for breakfast? What's how you?
Syreeta and I have been married for about a year. I've been with girls that was big, but she's the biggest girl I've been with. And at first, it was kind of hard to get used to. I never seen it from the lens of somebody bigger. You never know what they really go through.
That's fine.
Eating makes sometimes her mood better. If she's stressed out, she eats. If she's unhappy, she'll eat. I mean, I guess it's a coping mechanism for her.
I'm hungry. You ready for breakfast? I am.
What you need me to get?
I want to do bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches with some pizza rolls.
Okay.
You can go grab that, and I get the stuff set up here.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I can't really judge because I am an enabler sometimes. 1 minute I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Then I'm like, here you go, what you wanted. It's like peace and war. Do I want war or do I want peace? If I give in, I'll have peace. If I don't, it'll be a constant nagging about it.
Food fulfills me. It fulfills empty voids that humans can't fulfill. It's like a kid in the candy store. When you go in the candy store and your eyes light up because you got a multitude of stuff and you got all type of different variety of stuff. That's the same thing when it comes to looking at my refrigerator like, oh, I'm eating out of every one of those snacks.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good, that's
Well,
good.
you must be Syreeta.
Yes,
You are from Columbus, Ohio, huh?
yes.
So what brought you down to Houston?
Need help with getting the weight off. Came for surgery. Trying to get that extra push support that I need to help with losing the weight.
So you're 31 years old and you're just over 600, huh?
Yes.
So at your height, that puts your BMI over 100, which is very dangerous. So what you have done so far to get your weight down?
I've tried dieting, intermittent fasting, and lower carb options.
Okay. When you eat food, do you feel comfort?
I do.
But do you feel guilty afterward?
Yes, I do.
So you have a cycle of going to food for comfort and eating what you know you shouldn't and regretting it, but still not changing any of your habits. So why haven't you made any changes to that cycle?
It's so hard sometimes. It's a challenge for me sometimes.
Well, it is not going to be easy. So you have to be willing to work hard and change if you want better weight and better health overall. Does anybody in the household encourage you to eat more?
Yes, I have enablers, people that don't know how to tell me
So
no.
who's your enabler?
Well, my husband is one of my biggest enablers.
So he doesn't want to argue with you to
That's
let
exactly-
you eat? Or, that's not being an enabler. That's
It's an enabler.
you bullying him to feed you, and you call that the enabler.
I do not bully him.
So what does he have to say about that? Am I right?
Tell him
That's
to.
a good one. That's a good one.
Pretty much.
That's how it
He don't want to argue with you, right?
That's how
That's
it
what
feels.
it is.
That's how it feels.
So Syreeta, how we do with your activity and exercise?
It could be challenging. I think I could be better if I have pain in my knees really bad sometimes, so I sit a lot.
So you have a lot of unhealthy habits that aren't good for you. In particular, you're eating unhealthy food from start of the day to the end of the day. And you need to start making better choices with your eating, discipline yourself about eating. And once you do that and you get control of that, then weight loss surgery may be an option for you.
Okay.
Okay, so until then, you're gonna have to develop understanding and knowledge of how to eat and how not to eat.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And you're gonna be supporting her to follow the diet and do exercise and all that.
Yes.
It's been a couple weeks since we saw Dr. Now, and me and Lawrence have been working mostly on our diet. Now, today, we're gonna add some exercise into the mix. That was good. Here you go, grab my blanket and the volleyball.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
My goal is to make the workouts fun. So I like playing games with Lawrence or just having a good time going for a walk. One thing at a time. When I was active, I was on the volleyball team, so I'm recreating stuff that I used to do when I was in my teens. I have anxiety of people, like kids looking at me and, you know, I'm scared as hell, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this for myself, so, you know, F them. You ready? Thank you.
All right, so it's been 2 months. I expected that you're gonna lose at least 60 pounds, but in return, you have only lost 12 pounds, which is a 6 pound a month, which is not very much. So what happened to the diet instruction we gave you? Did you read those papers?
I did.
How many times you read it?
I read it. Actually, I read it a couple times because I was showing.
Couple times. The deal was you read it every night.
I was doing good and eating more healthier than I was. I did good. It's just the consistency that I think that I struggle with.
Well, you know, the normal weight for your height is 140 pounds.
Is it?
Yes, 140 pounds. You're not double of that. You're almost 4.5 times that. So how you gonna lose that weight to get down to under 200? If you think losing 6 pounds a month is good progress, if you're gonna do that, it's gonna take you 6 to 7 years to lose that weight. And that is assuming you stick with it.
That's true.
What do you think will be the solution for your problem? You know, instead of being 140, you're not 240, you're not 340, you're not 440, you're not 540. You're 591. So how long your body is going to tolerate all that extra weight that you're putting on there?
Wow.
And this is your life, and you know, you're not going to live longer like that if you keep all that weight on you. But right now, you're killing yourself with food, and you don't seem to get that. And I'm not sure your family is getting that too. So let's give you another 2 months, lose 60 pounds again. See how we do.
Okay.
Feeling it?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go all the way down over there, But we're gonna use this distance, right? So I want you just to swim.
A couple weeks ago, I started coming to the pool on my own to do more exercising.
That was really good. When I first saw Syreeta, huge potential, a lot of weight to lose, but it's very possible. Point your toe out, just pick one, lift up, touchdown. Lift up, touchdown. We're doing squats now, right here.
Oh.
Just squat down. You already started it. There you go. Yeah.
I can do this now, but I'll be feeling it when I get out.
All right, get down in that water. You're gonna punch. Right here. Yep.
I've had some days where I've struggled more than others, but I'm always dedicated to getting back on track if I ever slip up.
All right, Syreeta, what's going on with you?
Dr. Now, go ahead, lay it on me. Go ahead and cuss me out, because I know you want to.
Why should I cut you out?
Because I didn't meet my goal again this time.
You're right about that. This is 4 months later. You could have lost another 200 pounds, but you gained. So why is that?
Well, you know, I had a lot going on back at home. I was still eating, you know, as far as on the healthy wise, but it was just so much stuff going on at that time. So I wasn't being mobile enough as I should have been. And
Hold on. Your activity has very little to do with your weight.
well, that's what you said.
Okay, and let's back up a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay, you think your weight isn't mostly about your eating habit?
I feel like I've been doing good with my eating habits.
That's not the question. Just stick with the question. Don't go off.
Okay.
So you think your weight has to do with your eating habit, correct?
Correct.
If you're 5 pounds overweight and you want to burn extra calories, working hard will help with that. But if you are 500 to 600 pounds, the only thing it does will improve your stamina. It's not a significant factor at your weight loss. So the only thing that makes difference if you eat less. Do you get that?
Uh-huh. Right.
Let me give you an example, okay? You assume you go into the bank, you deposit $100, you put in the $100 bill each month. But now, this time, you go into bank, you go deposit $100, nickel and dime, $1 bill. You still deposit the same amount, but it's broken to a small portion. But you still have the same total. Would that make any difference? No. You're telling me that you're eating the smaller meals now, and you're eating less at one time. So you're doing great, but you're still eating the same total in a day. If you're changing some product in your eating habit, but you're getting the same amount of calories, that's not gonna matter.
Okay. Now that you said that, now that's a different. That's okay. Now I see
You understand what
you're
I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no matter what you do, you gotta see some changes on the scale. And if you're not, then you still need to reduce the total calorie intake. The whole idea is not that you're gonna eat less in volume, but less in calories. So that $100 deposit that you're making, you need to cut that down. You need to change your eating habit. So that's where your focus needs to be. You understand that?
Yes.
You should be able to lose 5 pounds a week.
Okay.
So over the next 2 months, I want you to lose at least 40 pounds to show me that you're back on track and doing what you need, okay?
Yes.
5 pounds a week. For you, shouldn't be any problem. If you just eat the appropriate amount and a calorie, you're gonna be able to do that.
Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. So Lawrence is going to be with us, and I'm glad to have you together because I want to hear from him too. But Syreeta, why don't you start and tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm 31. I grew up in Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, wow, Illinois. I grew up in Illinois too. I grew up outside of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grew up in foster care.
What was that like?
It was horrible. The typical stories of foster care, the typical horrific things you normally hear about foster care. That's the typical. That's what happened.
I feel bad because we're jumping right into it, but it sounds like you were abused.
Yeah.
What kind of abuse?
Sexual, physical, mental.
All of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you were literally physically defending yourself from the earliest age, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your mom. What do you think your mom's attitude towards you was?
Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like she hated me. My mom treated me like I was a bitch off the streets. Like,
Was there any follow-up about the abuse and stuff in foster home? Were there ever charges filed or anybody got in trouble? No. You know, Syreeta, your entire life, nobody has ever stuck up for you. You've been defending yourself so long, I feel like you come into the room like this. Am I right? Does she have her dukes up? Yeah.
I think it's because if somebody gave you a piece of gum in the back of your mind, you think, what I gotta do because I got this piece of gum. And it goes in on and on and on. It goes like that.
Your husband's very smart.
I read you more than what you think I read you.
Did you hear what he said?
mm-hmm.
It's as if you're suspicious of people who are trying to help you. Even somebody like Dr. Now, right? And somebody could even make the argument that the gaining a little bit weight right before the surgery is because you don't even trust the surgery, right? You're maybe worried that that's not going to help.
Yes, I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Scared of the surgery.
I'm scared of it all.
Yeah. It's normal to be worried about a surgery, right? So all of the homework I want to focus on, one, letting down your guard a little bit, being a little less defensive. And I think one of the ways to do that is to keep track of what you've been eating really accurately so that when Dr. Now asks you, you can tell him, right? Second homework, if we were doing a trauma journal, what might make it in that journal? What would you be writing?
I want to write a letter to my mom because I want to be able to let them feelings go and leave it there on that paper.
Letting go of the weight that's holding you down. You can do this.
Recently, Dr. Paradise prescribed me to do food journaling therapy. It's been pretty cool. I'm more aware of my intake and I'm more aware of what's going into my body. So it's easier for me to keep track and I can actually pinpoint, oh, this is what I ate and how much of it I ate. Ow! Shoot. Therapy has impacted my diet in a few little ways. Like, it's holding me accountable, it's making me more aware. I'm more aware of my intake. And then I can be aware of like how each meal made me feel in the end, like if I'm energized, if I'm sluggish. Thank you. Today I had shrimp and veggies for dinner, so I literally had to count each shrimp that I had. So it was supposed to be 8, but my husband put 14 on my plate, so I ended up having 14 shrimp. And one thing about me, I'm not shy of vegetables. I love vegetables, so. Today I wrote a letter to my mom. I'm writing this letter to her because I feel like it plays a big part in my stress and why I eat a lot and why I eat so much. So it plays a big role in that, and I feel like it's gonna help me let it go. Well, since their mom, it's been exactly a year and almost 1 month since she left this wicked-ass world. I know since she left, it definitely hasn't been easy for me at all. Some days, those grudges that I had for many years creep back up, and most days I wish you knew how much I really loved you beyond that madness. I never felt the same from you. I always felt like you hated me. Like, it felt like most times I wasn't your child. I always carried that grudge that you loved the other children more than you liked me. You put me back out on the streets. Why? But with my other siblings, you didn't do that. Didn't even bother to ask me what I was going through and why. You just put me back out on the streets like I was just some animal.
How did your letter go?
It went. It was all right.
That's good.
I think Dr. Paradise had me write this letter because, like, me having to defend myself as a child growing up, I started out at a young age, and the one person who feel like hurting me the most, that let me down, need to hear. And basically, you know, she's deceased now, so I have to get to a point where I need to let it go.
I'm proud of you.
All right.